Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to MVR. It's been a while since we had interesting XR hardware updates with you to share. Facebook and Rayban released their smart glasses, which are available for purchase right now. Meanwhile, Xiaomi is trying to one-up on the release by unveiling their AR capabilities. But what can these glasses actually do? And how are they going to impact you and others going forward? In order to find out, let's jump in. Last week, Facebook launched their new Stories glasses. And before you ask, yes, it does have cameras, microphones, and speakers, but no, it doesn't have a display, so it won't be capable of AR. But before we get to that part, let's take a look at the glasses themselves. They sport the iconic Rayban Wayfarer design, which means that they can easily blend in, unlike the now discontinued 2013 Google Glass, which immediately made you stand out as a smart glasses wearer. Stories features two 5-megapixel cameras, which can be activated by tapping a button on the side of the frame to either take a picture or take a 30-second video. Additionally, built-in voice recognition lets you activate the recording feature as well. Although I don't think there will be many people that feel comfortable saying, "Hey Facebook, record a video," when in the middle of a social engagement. That's just a little too awkward. On the upside, the built-in speakers on the side of the frames are a pretty cool addition and enable hands-free phone calls as well as music playback. While Facebook didn't specify the built-in storage capacity, Stories will let you save up to 30 videos or 500 photos, which can be offloaded to your phone using their provided companion app. Now to address the elephant in the room: privacy. Thankfully, Facebook is self-aware enough to realize that a lot of people are gonna have issues with thousands of Facebook-controlled cameras roaming the streets that are potentially recording them. Mark even addresses this himself in the announcement by pointing out the installed LED lights that turn on when the recording feature is active in order to notify bystanders. He also mentions the existence of a dedicated on-off switch for when people want more privacy in their own setting, stating that this solution is more privacy-friendly than what smartphones offer today. And while it's great that Facebook seems to realize the privacy implications that these glasses can bring, I can't help but feel that these gestures are simple platitudes in order to increase social acceptance. Because the lack of it is precisely what led to the downfall of Google Glass. People were so afraid of indecent public surveillance by these that even the White House got petitioned to ban them. And while the petition didn't succeed in doing exactly that, it still led to Congress debating the issue, which just shows how big of an issue this was back in the day. Now, roughly 8 years later, Facebook is attempting pretty much the same thing as Google did, and hopes that the passage of time, a swanky sleek design, and the inclusion of an LED indicator light will solve the issue. And while this certainly is an improvement, it's not like a person who's up to no good with these can't disable or cover up the LED, right? Besides, even when turned on, it doesn't look like a white LED is all that noticeable, especially during a sunny day. If they really wanted to ensure that the light was noticed, then a classic red recording light might have served as a better warning. Also, one thing that Mark said stood out to me.
And this is just the start. Ray-Ban stories are an important step towards a future when phones are no longer a central part of our lives.
He acknowledges that he envisions a future where a more advanced version of these glasses will replace all of your smartphone. Now, I'm assuming here that what Mark is talking about is full-fledged AR glasses, kind of what Xiaomi is also teasing with their new concept device, the aptly named Xiaomi Smart Glasses. Boasting a lot of the same ideas as Facebook's Stories, it demonstrates what a logical next step would be by incorporating micro-LED displays and waveguide optics to create a rather large visible overlay for the wearable user. Functions we see displayed are notifications, turn-by-turn navigation, and live text translation. And if you want true AR experiences like that, then I'd say that with an almost 100% certainty that these cameras will nearly always have to be on to facilitate these features. Which means that even if Facebook's glasses have warning LEDs today, it won't be long before newer versions will have their cameras turned on way more frequently than these current glasses suggest. And while I do think that features like that would be cool, I don't think I'm ready for all of the privacy implications that brings, especially when in the hands of a company like Facebook. Now, you might argue that these days camera surveillance has become more widespread. Stores and public spaces have security cameras all over the place, and many people around you might be recording things using their phones anyways. And my response to that would be that I generally think those are bad for privacy too. But at least the cameras are either clearly posted and I'm informed that I'm being recorded, or when it comes to people, I can physically see a person holding a smartphone in their hand and can choose to either move out of the shot or more clearly confront them and stand up for my rights to privacy. At least those seem to be preferable to the idea of people walking down the streets with cameras strapped to their heads recording everything they see. And I think Black Mirror, 1984, and the East Berlin Stasi gave us plenty of examples why that's the kind of dystopia that you don't want to live in. But hey, if you think I'm crazy, feel free to tell me how I'm wrong in the comments down below. That being said though, I'm also not blind to the amazing creative potential technology like this can bring. Being able to record first-person how-to guides and then watching them back hands-free while executing a task sounds awesome. Not to forget that being able to perform a live text translation of signs and menus can help lower cultural barriers of entry, enabling more people to enjoy them. I just don't think that in a time where we can't even manage to figure out how to deal with tech giants using social media and smartphones to track our every waking moment, that we as a society are ready to invite even more ways to invade our privacy without first having a public debate on exactly what companies can do with that kind of power. And if we have to rush ahead anyways, I'd rather see a more open platform that's not in the hands of a company that has shown time and time again that it won't hesitate to seek out the cutting edge of what is morally acceptable. So that's my take on the upcoming wave of smart glasses technology, which I'm sure plenty of you will disagree with, but I felt like I had to share my honest view with you guys anyways. That's all for now. Stay safe, stay healthy, and as always, I will see you guys next time.